What's up everyone, Taiki here, and in this video I want to go over the current market-wide nuke and whether the AI trade is over or not. So if you like the content, please like and subscribe. Check out the premium Discord. I post 3 videos there every single week and I share my portfolio in real time. So let's get started. So before I talk about the AI trade, I do want to apologize to all of the crypto community. I think a lot of you know me as the Green Dildo Man. I bought this in November, and ever since then, the markets have been pumping. So I got a little bit ahead of myself, right? I was kind of flinging this around, just having a lot of fun. And now I'm like, you know what? I need to front run the next big green dildo. I need to front run the God candle. So I got a little bit too euphoric. I bought this 15.5 inch green dildo, and the image. I mean, it looks like it's going up only, right? Just very firm, straight up. But turns out I got this package a couple days ago and it's flaccid as fuck. Okay, it's very, very flaccid. And ever since I received this package, Bitcoin is down like 12%, ETH is down a lot, and all of our AI coins are down. So sometimes the universe sends you signs and you ignore it. Like I ignored it. I'm like, oh yeah, this thing, by the way, look at this. Like, what even is this? Right? Like, ETH BTC? Just not great. Not great at all, right? It's the worst purchase I've made. So I do want to apologize. But at this point, right, the market correction has already happened. We can't dwell on our past. So the question is now, like, what do we do now, right? How do we react? Is this the end, right? I don't know, right? The honest answer is I do not know. But from my perspective, I still believe that the AI trade is not over. And the biggest risk to the AI trade, in my opinion, is the cycle being over. I think AI is going to be the trade of the cycle. And as long as we are in a bull market, I want to bet on the most reflexive, the hottest narrative. And I think that is AI. So, if I think the cycle is over, then it would make sense for me to sell my AI coins. If I think the cycle is not over, I want to hold on to my AI coins. That's kind of where I'm at. And the two coins that I owned in like the biggest size is first Fartcoin, right? And then AI16Z. I'll talk about AI16Z first because I just started this video completely unserious. So I do want to, do like an unserious sandwich, right? Where I talk about something unserious, then something serious, and then something unserious like Fartcoin, right? Unserious, serious sandwich. So AI16Z has down a lot. These AI coins have like gone destroyed. It's like down 40%-ish. Although, that being said, this chart is up only in the grand scheme of things. And I still like AI16Z. So in the past couple of days, there has been a few developments that has added to my conviction. That being, I bought AI16Z like here, right? I bought some like right before it dumped, and I bought some like here, and I haven't sold a single AI16Z, and I still think it's going to go higher. So there's a few developments that made me more bullish. Is, of course, when you're buying coins, you kind of want a very strong community. You want the narrative to be strong, and especially for something like AI, like open source AI, you want to see a lot of developer activity that eventually helps and benefits the AI16Z token. So one of the things that happened recently is this AI16Z partner NFT. So this is a 5,500 collection, and it's currently trading at 6 Solana, like roughly $1,200. If you were an AI16Z partner, there was a free mint, to my knowledge. I didn't really know about this. I completely missed out on like free $1,000. But there has been a lot of, I guess, benefits for AI16Z partners. For example, if you held over 100,000 AI16Z tokens as of December 6th, you would have received 46,000 tokens of this hyper token, which is like this AI metaverse. Honestly, it pumped a lot and now it's down only. I got the airdrop, right? Because I am like an AI16Z partner. I dumped it at like 12 cents or something to buy more Fartcoin. And like Fartcoin is down more than this, so like maybe I should have held on. I don't really know what the bull case is, but cool, right? I got a free airdrop because I'm an AI16Z community member. There's also this whitelist spot for something like called X Nomad AI, which is trying to do like AI agents as an NFT. I'm not really sure if it's going to work, but it uses ELISA. And I'm starting to see like, okay, like there's been a lot of benefits just for holding AI16Z. If you hold over 100,000 tokens, then you get airdrops and you get whitelist spots for something that I think will be good value. If 100,000 tokens, which is like over $100,000, if that's too much, then maybe the lower cost or lower barrier to entry is this thing, which is like $1,000 or $1,200. So we're kind of starting to see, right, a community form, right? It's not only the token, there's an NFT, there's benefits. And I think, as long as I see things like this, I think it is good for the AI16Z thesis. At this point of the cycle, I'm at the point where I only want to buy winners because the idea is that right now the total market cap of these AI agents is roughly 14 billion, and we've seen all these moonboy maths of where is it? Yeah, it's like, we're at like 10, 15 billion now, and then if we mirror that of DeFi Summer, we're going to go to the hundreds of billions. And I'm not sure if I completely believe in like this up-only nature, but I do believe that if AI is the trade of the cycle, and like AI like rules like all the narratives, right? Not within crypto, but also outside of crypto. As long as risk assets are doing well, like I don't see why the two most speculative asset classes, right, AI and crypto, if you combine those two factors together, I don't see why it wouldn't pump. Of course, the hardest question is, what the fuck do you buy, right? There's been a lot of FUD around the AI coins because, these agents are kind of lame. And, admittedly, they are pretty lame. But AI is an exponential industry, when it comes to like innovation and whatnot, and how much like the tech improves over time. And you should never invest in the present, right? This is a quote from Stanley Druckenmiller. You have to visualize the situation 18 months from now, and whatever that is, that's where the prices will be. Of course, 18 months in crypto, a very long time. We're probably going to be in a bear market at that point. So maybe change it to like 18 weeks, or like in 18 weeks, are these agents going to be better than where they're at, or like worse? And also from the tokenomics perspective, are these tokens are the tokenomics not going to change at all in the next 18 weeks, or are they going to improve over time? I think they're going to improve over time for at least like the AI tech plays, like the agent plays, right? So for that reason, I think for me, it makes sense to own AI16Z because I think it's like the current leader, and also Fartcoin. So I'll talk about Fartcoin. But before I talk about Fartcoin, the one thing I will add before I talk about our favorite coin is like the Fartcoin thesis, right? So like I'm not gonna okay. Basically, the way I view the AI market, you can look at Cookie.fun or like just like these charts in general, but there are three buckets in this new AI agent sector, right? First bucket is AI infra. So this is AI16Z, Virtual, Zero, like ARC, like all these infra coins, right? And they're all trying to compete, right? And the narrative is this is like the best infra. So that's one bucket, and right now they're valued the most. The second bucket is AI agents. So this is AIXBT, GOAT, and all these other agents. It seems like the market doesn't really like these agent coins, which I think makes sense. But there's a bunch of these AI agents. There's a lot of AI infra. But if the third bucket is AI memes, okay? And the reason I like Fartcoin is because the AI infra sector is getting really saturated. The AI agent sector is also getting saturated. But AI memes, it's only Fartcoin. So if I expect the total market cap of all these AI coins, like the sector as a whole, to grow from, let's say, 14 billion to, let's say, 50 billion, I would, like, the purest way to bet on the growth of this total market cap, I think, is Fartcoin, which I know is, like on the surface, Fartcoin is very left curve. But I think the way I view the market is inflows relative to outflows, okay? And if I expect future inflows into the sector, which coins will benefit the most? If you can pick the winners in agents or infra, then yeah, like you might capture like 30x's or 100x's. But honestly, my IQ is not that high, so I just like can't like bet on that. But if I just believe, right, like this entire sector will get inflows, right? The infra will get inflows, the agents will get inflows, the memes will get inflows. But if there's only one meme, then like Fartcoin might be like the safest bet, which is kind of ironic, but which isn't like which doesn't make sense on the surface. But that's kind of like the conclusion I've reached over the past few months, being like balls deep, researching and looking at all these AI coins. So that being said, let's talk about Fartcoin, because I think it's down a lot today, and I am not a happy person. Okay, I woke up and I saw this and I was not happy. I was not having it. So let's put this in the log and use. Okay, so today Fartcoin is down 28%, and I was looking at this. This is actually like the second largest red candle. Yeah, because all these are like 20%. So the largest red candle in Fartcoin's history is 38%. But that was like a week after it launched, right? Or like 2 weeks after it launched. And now we're seeing a 28% candle. Of course, I mean, the day's not over, right? So maybe it closes down 40%, or it closes up 1%. Like, we can't really, say anything, because, we're still in the middle of the day. But yeah, I mean, this is like a pretty large red dildo, right? I wanted green dildos, but we got red dildos. Now the question is it over, right? Like I said, I mean, yeah, I laid out my AI thesis, and the invalidation for Fartcoin, for me, right? For me, is the cycle being over, right? And I don't, of course, the cycle being over, like, what are the odds of like what are the odds of the cycle being over? It's not 0%, right? It's probably not above 30%. So maybe, it's like roughly 15%, like 20%, right? So there's like 20% chance that this thing goes to zero, in my head. But if the cycle continues, I think this is the most reflexive asset. And in a bull market, I want to own the most reflexive asset in crypto. So that being said, around Christmas time, when was this? December 24th. Like 2.5 weeks ago, I did talk about how we are currently in the Fartcoin accumulation phase of a lifetime, right? We're like, this is the FAP of a lifetime. And I kind of drew this wiggly chart. I mean, of course, right? It didn't really pan out, but I did mention that, okay, like I bought the initial nuke at like roughly, actually, when did I buy this? I bought the initial, let's go to the 4 hours. So there's like more candles here. I think I bought like 65 cents, and I mentioned that in the video, and I'm like, yeah, maybe the price action here is kind of mirroring that of like here, right, where we just recover and we kind of chop around, and I mentioned that, kind of zooming in. Actually, yeah, just this video, right? If we get like a secondary dip, I'll probably buy. So that's that was my plan, right? During the Fartcoin, the FAP of a lifetime. So yeah, full disclosure. I mean, I bought some here. I think I bought some here, and I also bought some like here today. So today I fapped a little. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it doesn't feel good to fap, right? Fapping doesn't feel good sometimes. It might feel good in the moment, but like after you do it, it's like, oh man, like why did I do that? Like, why, right? But it always sucks, right? Like it always sucks, like buying things like on a red day. It always feels good to like buy something that's like pumping, right? So it's really hard to predict, right? But like I said, I think this is like the second Fartcoin accumulation phase of a lifetime. The first Fartcoin accumulation phase, which was when I was talking about Fartcoin on my channel, was here, right? I posted the top here, and then I gave everyone an entry, so people were happy. But this is, in my opinion, the second Fartcoin accumulation phase of a lifetime. The thing is, I don't know how long it's gonna last. I don't know if this is the bottom or like it goes lower. But I do believe that this is I'm fapping. Okay, I'll just say that. Like I fapped today. I fapped last week. I fapped the week before. We'll see, right? We'll see. One of the what is it? I did this podcast with Jez recently, which really allowed me to open up my mind. But by the way, like this video has done really well, actually. So I guess let me show you my YouTube analytics here. But people really empathized, or people, it's like the best performing video, which is like pretty interesting. But I think Jez, on the surface, Jez might feel like a degenerate, and he is a degenerate. But the preferred style, or like his preferred style of, I guess, buying or like making it in crypto, is just all in full port. So like just 100% of his portfolio in his best idea. And a quote from him is like, he puts he literally full ports his best idea. Why would I want to put capital in my second best idea if it's going to make less money, right? He has like the best idea ever. So like, shouldn't he have all his capital in that idea instead of like trying to diversify? And for me, I am kind of like personally, right? I am against diversifying in the AI meta because you see this, right? On red days, everything dumps, right? So even if you own like 10 different AI coins and you tell yourself you're diversifying, it doesn't matter, right? Because when it dumps, like everything dumps the equal amount. Of course, like when it pumps, right? Maybe some coins like pump harder, right, than most. But like I feel like there is no diversification in crypto because if Bitcoin dumps, everything dumps. If Fartcoin AI60Z dumps or virtual dumps, everything else is gonna dump. So like why not just put all my capital in my best idea? And my best idea right now is like Fartcoin in the AI60Z. I own some other stuff, but the size is like not even like that comparable. So I still think that Fartcoin is the most likely to put in a Doge style pump. And the reason I talked about this is because if you study the Doge market cap chart last cycle. By the way, I don't know what I'm doing, right? By the way, I am, I am like a top signal. I'm like the counter signal. So take this with a grain of salt. But this is actually, I need to look at market cap. This is oh my goodness, I need to do this again. Okay, it's okay. This is the market cap of Doge. Okay, gonna zoom in again here. What the? I keep getting rugged. Sorry, guys. So mid to 2020 to let's say mid or like late 2021. So this is the market cap of Doge. 4 years ago, Doge was trading at like, what is it? Like $1 billion, 1.3, which is pretty insane to think about, right? Because right now it's at 50-ish. But I did mention this similarity of how Fartcoin seems to be mirroring that of the DOGE Fractal. Some good hopium here. So on January 5th, Doge was 1.26 billion, and then today, Doge was also 1.26. And if you kind of study like the fractal, you kind of see that Doge was consolidating like basically around $500 million in November, December, and then it pumped to like 1.3 billion in early January. And if you study Fartcoin, let's just kind of zoom in here. Okay, so yeah, it was roughly 400, 500, maybe. Yeah, 400 plus or minus 200 million, all right, for the month of November, and then November, December, and then around mid-December, it hit 1.3 billion. And that was kind of like the initial peak before it kind of just like this, before we entered like this very volatile FAP lifetime phase. And ever since Doge hit 1.3 on January 2nd, we kind of went sideways, basically corrected, right? Doge, I think, bottomed at like 950 million market cap. So from January 2nd, so basically 25 days, like 3.5 weeks, over a 3.5 week period, Doge just consolidated and went down like roughly 33%. And of course, Fartcoin, much more volatile. But if you take the period from the initial run up right here, right, from I guess early December to mid-December, where it like 6x or 7 or 8x, it's been roughly, we've gone down roughly 37% since like the initial pump, right? And it's been roughly 20 to 21 days. So if we do mirror, or if history does repeat, right, which I don't think it will, but like the story, right, the idea, maybe we have one more week left to FAP, okay? A week left to FAP. Of course, if the bull market is over, and Bitcoin just tops for the next 12 months, then that would invalidate my thesis, right? I think Fartcoin will probably trend towards zero if like Bitcoin goes back to like 30K or something, right? Like, of course. But if I believe in the bull market, which I do, and I don't think that the cycle is over, I still think that Fartcoin is the most reflexive asset, and it's the coin that's most likely to put in a Doge style run, given the mainstream appeal of the meme, given the fact that it's an AI coin, right? I do think Fartcoin is an AI coin, and that adds to like the future, I guess, fundamentals, and all the mainstream attention that yeah, I mean, I already said this, but it's been mentioned on a lot of like normie podcasts. It's been on CNBC. It's on Stephen Colbert. So clearly, right, something about Fartcoin resonates with like the average person, and it's so absurd that if things go crazy, which coin? I mean, even if you're like, even if you don't believe in what I'm saying, right? If the market goes crazy, like which coin is most likely to put in like the hardest parabolas, right? You can look at like the current meme coins and you say, oh, it's whatever, right? Like I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the bull case for most of these things are, but like out of all these, I would bet on Fartcoin. That's kind of where I'm at. It's more vibes. There's nothing for me to point at. I can't be like, yo, like look at the fundamental value of Fartcoin, right? It doesn't have it, right? But it's just this dual narrative, or like this idea that Fartcoin is the only AI coin that has that's like a one of one, right? That has basically zero competition. So if I expect the total market cap of AI to pump, then I think Fartcoin will naturally experience inflows. And if Fartcoin, right, just gradually grows from the AI attachment and hits exit velocity, which you can like say is like 5 bill, like 3, 4, 5 bill market cap, then at that point it can graduate being an AI coin and just become like the most reflexive Fartcoin that meant that it's like all over normie, like media, whatever. So that's kind of where I'm at, still believe in the AI stuff. My preferred way of betting on AI is Fartcoin and AI16Z. I still own all these coins. I haven't sold a single Fartcoin or AI16Z. I could be totally wrong, but it takes courage, right? It takes courage to be a pig. When I think I'm right on a trade, I'm gonna go for the jugular. It takes courage to be a play. It takes courage to be a pig. Or those are the words by Stanley Druckenmiller. So that's where I'm at. Let's see. Summary of the video. Market dumped. Sad face. AI trade I don't think is over. And if I don't think the AI trade is over, I want to size into the winners. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week. And if you like the content, please check out the premium Discord. I post 3 videos and I share my portfolio in real time. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.